What's going on, 2B? Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gents. Today's video, I felt like I would come out here, give you guys a deep dive on my future goals with the car itself, the plans for the car, and all that good jazz. I made that video a while back saying how, hey, I decided on the direction to go with the car, yada, 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 but I never really dove into, the exact parts, why I chose these parts, why I chose this fuel system, why I chose these injectors. I never really dove into it, so now I figured I would make a video, follow that up and explain exactly why I did and what I got. So goals for the car starting off. Originally I wanted to run, crazy times like bottom eights and stuff like that. And then I realized just how hard running eights was. So I was like, okay, let me dial it back a little bit. Remember my last video where I said make attainable goals? Well, I started looking into it and started looking at the budgeting to get to bottom eights, mid to low eights. And yeah, that's a different ball game. Nines to eights is one thing. 9-0 to 8-9, not too crazy. That can literally just be a DA change. That's simple. 9-0 to 8-0 is a massive difference. So I went ahead and dialed back my ambitious goals, and let's start being a little more realistic and down to what I could actually achieve here. So instead of the bottom eights, I'm thinking maybe an 8-9. All I need is one to say I run eights. All I need is one. So if I hit an 8-9, cool. But realistically, I'm just looking for bottom nines. That's it. An 8 would be phenomenal. I would be ecstatic. But realistically, bottom nines is what I want to shoot for. Another reason eights is going to be on the back burner for a while is because you tend to break a lot of shit the faster you try to go. It's just that simple. Then I would need to be upgrading half shafts. I would need to upgrade this freaking drive shaft at that point because, the stock one's good for a while, especially the Redeye ones. A lot of people swapping out the regular Hellcats to the Redeye drive shafts, and they're a little bit stronger because it's the same one that comes in the Demon and all that jazz. Not the Demon 170 for you, those of you yapping. I don't know what's in the Demon 170, but it's the same drive shaft for all of those guys, and a lot of people swapping over to the two-piece drive shaft out of the Redeyes because of just how strong and robust it is. So they can go out here and cut some good 60 foots and times like that and not worry about twisting the damn skinny little two-piece up out of their regular Hellcat. So the drive shaft is capable, half shafts are capable, or the axles, my bad. The axles are capable, but once I start trying to get into bottom eights, that's when I need to start upgrading a lot more stuff, and probably gonna need to upgrade some up under there, and won't be stock motor no more if I'm trying to go bottom eights. I'm just saying. I mean, it might be possible, but I don't think it'll be safe. I don't think it would be safe. So as for me and my goals, bottom nines, maybe high eights if DA and track conditions allow. But realistically, for me, bottom nines is where I'm taking this build. And we have the turbo, we have the fuel, we have everything for it. Now, get into the turbos. Why I went with the turbos over just the full bolt-on route. I already told you guys in the other video, I've already done the full bolt-on route. I wanted to do something else. I wanted a Whipple, but I've just seen way too many issues with those, and I just did not want to deal with it. And then I kept seeing people, swapping their blowers out, their Maggies or their Whipples, and going with turbos. They're going turbo now. So I figured, hey, why the hell not? And because I'm doing compound boost instead of just straight turbos, it is gonna sound insane. So for those of you who have been following me for a little while, I do like a little bit of wow factor, you know what I mean? I don't like to be too crazy, I don't like to be, obnoxious, but I think me pulling up to car meets and cars and coffee and things like that, and they hear the blower up front, and then as I drive by, they hear a subtle hint of turbo, I think it's gonna, blow some people's minds. I can't wait to hear it. I'm freaking ecstatic, and I can't wait to hear it. I don't know who the hell I'm gonna let drive the car, but I can't wait to hear this thing after it gets back with the freaking turbo. It is gonna be insane. So you hear this blower up front, and then I drive by, like, oh, it's just a regular Hellcat, and then you hear a little whoosh. Man, I'm getting excited just thinking about it, guys. I don't know about y'all, but turbo with the compound boost going, or with the blower up front, compound boost life is gonna be crazy. I can't wait. We got going over here. Oh, scratch. Tough. So I can't wait for that. Now One question I'm pretty sure I'm going to get is, won't the blower be a restriction? Now, Cetera Tuning, they have a whole channel and a whole video answering all of your compound boost questions. So I'm going to link that down below and you guys go check that out. But short answer, if for those of you who don't want to go watch it or too lazy to go watch it, yes, it will be a restriction down the road. For me, my power goals and my times, it won't be a restriction. We'll be just fine. With the blower in place, I think you can safely see around 11 to 12 with the blower in place, 1200 wheel. Of course, you need to upgrade it, a little bit more stuff, and that's on the higher end of the scale. But for me and my goals, the blower in place is going to be just fine. It won't be a restriction for me. Now, if you're trying to go like 1300 horsepower and up, yeah, it's gonna start restricting. And obviously, you can go back and you can actually pull it down to get a little bit of that boost back, and not restrict yourself so much. So you can pull it down the blower itself, and obviously you can turn up the freaking boost on the turbos. But at some point, like, you aren't turning up the boost on the turbos, is not going to matter, because like we've already discussed, the blower is going to be a restriction at some point. So your next step would be to pull it down, but after a while you're going to be fighting against yourself, and it's just going to be better to remove the blower or gut the blower, whichever route you want to go. But preferably you might want to remove it and put a actual intake or turbo manifold up there. So I didn't go that route, one, because I checked the prices on Helion's website, and I think their Demon Performance turbo intake was like extra $5,000. And I'm just like, this stock blower do just fine, man. It's free 99. It's already up there. We'll be just fine with the stock blower in the way. So, will it be a restriction? Short answer, like I said, yes, it will be a restriction down the road. But at that time, I'm going to be upgrading a lot of other stuff before this blower needs to come off and we throw on extra turbo manifold. If we're at that point, the car's going full race car. It's just that simple. Something's broke. Plans have drastically changed, and we're going full turbo. Now, have I prepared for that? Yes. Yes, I have, actually. And that's why we went with the size of turbo that we did go with. We went with 64, 66s. They had two sizes below this, the 62s, the standard 62s. That kit was like $8,000, and I think another 1,700 above that was the 62Rs, I want to say. And then you step up to the 64, 66s. And then so on and so on. I think there's like two more turbo sizes above the ones that I rolled with. But that's why I went with this turbo size, because if something happens and this blower needs to come off and a turbo manifold needs to go on and we need to crank up the boost, we have the turbo size for it. I'm not sure the exact number that these are capable of, but it's up there. It's plenty enough for the street, and I think after that, you're probably just running into a freaking straight up track car. just being realistic. So hopefully it doesn't become a full on street track car, because I do want to enjoy it on the street. I do want to cruise Cars and Coffee and other car meets and stuff like that. But if it does come, we will have the turbo size capable to do it. Now, obviously with more air and more turbo, you're gonna need more fuel. So, which injectors we roll with? We roll with the ID Injector Dynamics 1700s. Boom, boom. We roll with the 1700s because the 1300s would have been good. They would have allowed me to run flex fuel, because Cetera and Tim Barth both have flex. Dusterhoff has flex. A couple other guys have flex tuning out there, but it seems like 1300s is what they prefer for the flex tuning. But it looks like I'm just gonna be running full E85. That's no problem, because my last car was a full E85 build. It was not a flex car or a flex tune on that car. It's just full E85 all the time, no flex. And if I wanted to run 91, I had to swap tunes. No biggie. Takes a couple extra minutes at the pump or wherever I'm sitting. Swap the tune over, let it download, recalibrate, whatever the hell it needs to do, and then you're on your way. That's simple. Nothing crazy. So I'm not too worried about it not being on flex. And if I was, then I could just buy some 1300s right now and then just run around on flex. But like I said, I bought these with the plan, or with the what's the word I'm looking for? Not really the plan, but the just in case. Bought these just in case we wanted to go beyond my original goals. Well, like I said, 9 O's, maybe high eights was the original goal, and 64, 66s, and 1700 cc's is going to allow us to do it. Now, obviously with injector, we're going to need fuel systems. So we all know the Redeye comes with dual fuel pumps standard. Some people like to band-aid and then throw on some dual fuel pumps. I think that's kind of sketchy, especially when you're doing this type of power. So we didn't go that route. We went with a triple pump fuel system by 4 Innovations. That kit was just bought last week, so it should be arriving down to the Tim Bar shop maybe another week or two, maybe 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know the lead time on fuel systems, but it should be there by the time the car gets there. That's just that simple. So triple pump fuel system, 1700 cc injectors, 64, 66 turbos. Yeah, we got more than enough to reach my goal, and a little more to go beyond that goal if I should so deem it necessary to do that. But as of right now, I do plan on just enjoying it and having a streetable, at least 900 wheel car. I'm sure it'll reach 900 wheel. I've seen a lot of his turbo dyno stuff, and they make some dumb numbers. They make some dumb freaking numbers. So I'm sure it's going to reach 900 wheel easily. It should, and that's probably where we're going to live at safely, just for day-to-day driving, just enjoying the car, because I think 900 is usually the max that you should be running around on with a freaking rear-wheel drive car. Now, if you had like a GTR, RS3, Trackhawk, something crazy like that, you had all-wheel drive, you can safely put the power down, then yeah, go out and enjoy it. You can go out here and floor it, and you don't have to worry too much. Maybe a little bit of torque steer here and there, but you all-wheel drive guys, you'll be just fine out here on the street. Rear-wheel drive guys, I'm sorry. Obviously, we're traction limited, and I ain't trying to have just too much power to not enjoy the car anymore. Like, I at least want to get into it and have fun. That's it for power-wise. Now, for cooling, guys might have noticed I didn't say anything about this box. This is my IC chiller, plug and play chiller system for the Redeye/Demon. So we are throwing on a chiller system this time around. I didn't have one on my last car, and I think that last car would have definitely benefited from it, because oh man, the IETs were crazy, especially with the 275 and the 10% lower on that 2.4. Whew, she was working and she was getting hot. IITs, I think the highest I would see sitting in the pits at Willow Springs was like 170, 160, 170 something. So they get up there. And obviously the Redeye has a OEM chiller system already. It only works for maybe like 10 degrees, especially when you're sitting. It's way more effective when you're cruising along and driving down the highway. But if you're just sitting in the pits, it's not the best. Like it's working overtime. It's going to help a little bit. Like I said, it does work. I've posted videos of the inner chiller system working. It does help bring your IATs down by a few degrees, but nothing compared to the level of these aftermarket chiller systems. Now, this is the IC chiller one. I've done a bit of research on the other ones out there, and the IC chiller seems to be the best one and the best one for your money, and they're going to be the best bang for the buck. The other ones work. It's just that they make the plug and play system, and theirs seems to have the best reviews and does the best and the most talked about amongst the Mopar community. So I roll with them, and they offer a military discount. You can't complain about that, man. Anybody that offer a military discount, you got me. Unless your product is crap, then obviously, you know, military discount ain't saving you. You're not getting my money. Your product's crap. Just that simple. But I see chiller, 64, 66, 1700 cc injectors, triple fuel pump, and that should be it as far as the car goes. We're not building the motor, we're not gutting the blower, we're not swapping freaking axles or anything, we're not upgrading the drive shaft. Everything else should be as is. I believe that is all as far as the build goes, right? I'm pretty sure I covered everything. So if I didn't touch on something that you would like to know, feel free to ask me down in the comments or send me a DM over on Instagram. Low376slow, all one word. It'll be down in the description. But that's all I got for you guys, man. It's your first time stopping by. Like, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you guys get notification when these videos go up. Because I promise you, you're going to want to see what these damn turbos do when they get back. So should be shipping out of here beginning of May. Beginning of May. That's the estimated date for the truck. It's nothing, it is confirmed, but I haven't been assigned a carrier yet, which is pretty unsettling that I don't have a carrier this close to the date. So I'm a little worried. I ain't gonna lie. But I have taken that whole week off. Either I'm driving it or it's going on the truck. Come hell or high water, it's getting there. Just that simple. So I've definitely taken that whole week off, and hopefully the pickup truck does get here. But like I said, I haven't been assigned a carrier yet. But we'll see. We'll see. Shipping wasn't too crazy on the price, so it's actually a lot better than me trying to rent a U-Haul and a U-Haul trailer. That was astronomically expensive. I did not think U-Haul was going to be that crazy versus getting a whole ass truck to come pick up your vehicle. But, you know, it was the cheaper route because U-Haul was definitely not cheap. So here we are, waiting for the pickup truck. Parts on board, fuel system on the way. Car will be on the way shortly. Guys, I'm telling you, like, subscribe, do whatever you need to, because you're not going to want to miss all the shenanigans when these turbos get back, baby. I can't wait to share it with you guys. But until next time, TubeView, that's all I got. I'm out. Peace.